Throughout history, women have stepped into leadership not because the path was easy, but because the challenges they faced demanded courage, resilience, and vision. Many began their journey from scratch, building businesses, creating opportunities, and transforming adversity into fuel for change. Out of struggles, setback, and reinvention, they rose. And when they did, they didn't just lift themselves, they chose to uplift others, opening doors, sharing wisdom, and redefining what leadership can look like. In a world that often celebrates the loudest voices and boldest moves, there is a quieter kind of strength that leaves a lasting impact, one rooted in empathy, purpose, and healing. Women leaders are rising not just to take up space, but to redefine it. They lead from the heart, grounded in values, and driven by a desire to serve. Their journeys aren't always easy, and their challenges are often unseen, but it is in those very challenges that their strength is revealed. In today's episode, we have the honor of speaking with a woman leader who truly embodies that spirit. Her story is one of strength, transformation, and unwavering purpose. She carries the essence of what it means to rise, to empower, and to lead with authenticity. Her journey is not just her own, it's an invitation for all of us to reflect, grow, and step into our leadership potential. I'm so excited to welcome Ayesha Bibha to the Leaders Code podcast. Welcome Ayesha J Bibha to our Leaders Code podcast, a colleague whose work and wisdom I truly admire.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure for me to be in your platform.
For those who is watching and maybe meeting you for the first time, can you share a little about your story and how your journey has been shaped into a leadership journey?
Absolutely. So I'm Ayesha, and as you said, I am a practitioner, thought leader in the space of Mindspeed. And my profession took me from becoming an academia to the international expert, being a single mom, scratching from zero to the platform where I'm today. And I would say now I am helping other women, especially expat women, to build their own journey so that they can become a person they want to be. And if I want to say what shaped me from the journey, I would say from becoming an academia to international speaker, an author, and a TEDx speaker. It's not the change, I would say, it's about the courage to lead myself through the change that shaped me over the time.
You have described your journey as one of resilience, from migrating to Australia to rebuilding a life as a single mother. What was the turning point that shaped your challenges into a leadership mission?
That's a beautiful question. And I see myself as a single mom is my navigation, like it's my the pathway that will direct me to become a role model for my son. So I see it's not my restriction. I rather will call that it's my resourcefulness to understand what decision I will be making that will help me to be empowered so that I can make a choice that will make me looking like the role model in the eyes of my son as well.
Let's explore this challenge a little bit more. And I read this statement that you said, transforming adversity into authority. So transforming practically challenges into something really nice and responsible. How do you explain that phrase?
Lovely. I would say the adversity, because as an expat, like moving from one country to another country and then becoming a single mom, it's a big challenge and it's a big change. It's a question for the identity, the first phase. And having that in your face, that's the first thing that, I know this is what's in front of me. But then the question is, then who am I? Like then going back to yourself and looking at your core, like who am I? without having any noise, without the identity given by my previous relationship or the society that I used to belong to before, and reshaping and rethinking and ultimately reprogramming your mind to become that person. That is the work.
But how can other women leaders use this approach to draw strength from it?
Absolutely, they can, because we have to first understand that we have the brain, which is a plastic, like we call this neuroplasticity, and they need to know that this is not me telling you, it's the science, it has got the research. You can reprogram your mind, and you can rewire and develop a new connection to become a better version of you. So that will give the trust and the self-belief, and if you have that, and if you start working on the basis of the trust, any women can reshape their life.
And I know you, from all of these technical word that you are using, I remember that you are using neuroscience, emotional intelligence, and nervous system mastery in your work, Ayesha. So for those new to this concept, how do they connect to self-leadership in everyday life?
It sounds very professional when I use the term, but in a simple way, if you just observe what you're thinking, that's your way of taking this information and processing and making a meaning out of that information. And the meaning will give you some sort of sense. The sense could be either positive or could be negative. So if it is positive, then it's good. You have a good feeling. But if it's negative, then it will definitely give you some negative feeling, anxiety, stress, overwhelming feelings. And that will stop your body. That will not make you too motivated to take any action. And your nervous system will be like so numb, and you will not feel the ease and flexibility in your body to make any changes. So on the other side, if you understand what am I thinking, and if you reflect on that, and you proactively take some time to think about the positive side, and that will help you to think more, connect with more, positive emotion, excitement, rather frustration or anxiety, more like looking forward to the good things. And that will make your body to feel, what about I do this? How can I do this? So that sort of intent you will feel in your body as well.
That's very deep, Ayesha. Can you? I want to ask you to give us an example or a real life example to understand one of those concepts that you just said.
Absolutely. Like for example, I remember when the first time I was investing in one of the course, which was like $15,000 of investment. So I'm bringing the money because money is one of the reasons why we feel stress, and it makes us feel, very anxious. And its connection with the money, if it's not good, then you will feel that negative feeling all the time. And another reason why, because on that moment, I was in a survival mode.
Right.
And I was looking for my certainty based on the resources, the limited resources that I have, and one of them is money, right? And then I was thinking, like, what can I do to make it happen that this $15,000 investment will be multiplied if I can use it properly?
Okay.
So then I confidently make that choice, and I also made some, negotiation on the payment so that it doesn't impact my lifestyle or my regular expenditures. So, and that did multiply it, and that did I got lots of other opportunity, and that paid back. So even with the small decision, when we want to meet other people, we want to ask a help. Immediately, your body will tell you, "Don't go there. You will feel embarrassed. What other people will think about you?" Like on the other side, if you want to speak on the stage, you'll feel like, "Oh my God, how people will see me? Like, how do I speak? Am I speaking confidently? How does it look like?" So every single thing when you do for the first time, you will have that sort of feeling. And even when I'm doing the podcast, I know what I'll be talking. I'll be talking about me. I'll think, am I looking good? Am I looking this? So all these feeling
Connect
of
together,
uncomfortable side of us will pop up. So that's where we need to just tell, okay, this is exciting. This is something new, and I need to do it. And so I can feel that excitement.
But how has this knowledge of neuroscience help you navigate those negative emotion during uncertainty?
It's a very basic thing. Like when I just use the term mind speed because like when you have the negative emotion, you have your fear center activated inside of your brain. So when you have the fear center activated, you will not be able to think creatively. You'll not be able to make a rational decision. You will rather think more emotionally.
Right.
And when you're more surrounded by the fear and anxiety, your feeling will be definitely around that, not excitement, not a positive outcome. You will not be able to see that. You'll not be able to foresee the good thing out of that. And that will stop you. And if you know that, like then you can tell your brain, like you can trick your brain to say that, okay, I understand that it is uncomfortable, but I can handle that. Okay, you don't have to take charge of me. Because it's normal as a human, our brain always want to safeguard ourselves, want to protect ourselves. It will look at and screen the environment. We say our brain screen 5 times a second to understand whether this environment is a threat or a reward for us.
Right.
If it screens anything which is not familiar, that means threat, so don't go there, you'll die. So it will immediately make that sort of meaning. And that stops us. So if you know that the brain is tricking with me, so you can trick back to your brain saying, okay, I understand that, but I will still go, but it will be more fun. So you
need to challenge your brain.
reframe the
reframing all of the scenarios.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. So you mentioned Mindspeed, and this is the title of your book that you published in 2020, and this is a beautiful achievement that you did actually publish the book. I want to explore with you from the very first moment that you started this book. What was behind this idea of publishing a book or writing a book?
You took me back to 2019 and 20. I remember that's the moment we started with the COVID, and I was living in my rented apartment, and I was in a survival situation, right? I'm renting, I'm working full-time for the day job, and I want to do more, but how, I don't know. So then I was studying in the space of neuroscience. I was helping other leaders to learn how to be more productive using the neuroscience. And I was like, why don't I also absorb some of this information and apply in my life? And how do I see the change in my life?
Excellent.
And how do I observe other people, they're evolving and the changing in their life and the productivity, the behavior, the approaches. Then I start taking the notes. And that gave me like, why don't I bring this information to everybody so I can tell any women or anybody who wants some clarity, like, can I really do this? Yes, you can, because now you have the science. Now it says that you can do it, so nothing can stop you. You don't have to think again, just do this. Okay.
What sort of impact do you hope it leaves on readers?
Lovely question, because I want to see big in other people, that they're doing big, they're more empowered. And I believe the impact, ultimate impact I want to see on other readers, that they will have more clarity what they want to do, and they will have more courage to make a decision that toward the direction that they want to do, which will lead them to be to lead with a conviction. So
Beautiful.
The clarity, courage, and conviction.
Excellent. But how do you use Mindspeed as a concept to accelerate the impact and the clarity in leaders?
So impact and clarity, like impact is the outcome, right? And the clarity is the behind the stage thing. Like if we do not have the clarity, the crystal clear clarity in your mind, then you will always have some subconscious part of our mind will hold you back. It will not lead you to take the action. It will still give you the confusion. Can I just wait a little bit? The procrastination. You will wait for more reasoning. You'll wait for more information. You'll wait for a better time, or you will sign for a new course that I need more knowledge. Probably I need more information. So when you have the clarity, that will definitely give you the courage. Like, I'm ready. This is what I will be doing. I don't know how, but I can find how. I can see what comes in and I will look for the how. So it's not about finding the how first. It's about having what do you want to do and why, and then follow your way. So that's how your speed will follow. You're not stuck. We just tell that we are stuck. We are not stuck. We are actually having a loop. We are still in a speed, but we are in the same direction, going backward and forward, having a same loop again and again, but we are not moving forward. So all I want people to move forward, understanding this is the mind is working, and this is where the speed will take to the next direction.
Beautiful. And this is according to research that we need both. We need the guidance by implementing goals or by setting goals, and we need the process, which is the system that you just mentioned, behind processing these goals. This is behind the clarity that you just said. Excellent. So we need both, complementing system with goals as well, to be able to enjoy our leadership journey. Let me ask you about your mission now. I know that your mission is to empower expat leading ladies to build their businesses aligned with their leadership style or their lifestyle, I said. How do you think this alignment is critical for leadership?
The word lifestyle, I look at myself and I was like, back at the beginning of my life journey, I would say I was not focusing on the lifestyle. I was focusing more on the outcome, right? And then realized that it's not a sustainable way, and it will not give me a life that I really want. And so what can I do to make some changes which will not force me to fight against anything, rather will be inward looking and working on myself, which can bring more quality lifestyle and quality environment around me. So if we understand that if we do not have the quality around us, then it's not a sustainable way of doing anything that you want to do. It can be a job, it can be managing your home, or it can be your business. So as a woman, we have a brain which can do the multitasking. That is a correct advantage, yep. And also disadvantage, because we have a tendency of managing more than one thing.
Right.
But men, they don't have the multitasking brain, so they can focus on one thing. But for us, we need to learn how to focus on one thing. So if we know this is what exactly I want in my lifestyle, so you can bring yourself back and understand, like, exactly this is where I will be aligning and this is where I will be saying no to. That will give you a healthy boundary around you so that you can build a lifestyle, not with your business, but the business will support your lifestyle.
So you mentioned sustainability, Ayesha. Why it's critical here in this alignment?
Because it's your mind, body, and you're living, right? So as a human, if we want to serve more to the society or to the community, we all are leaders. We want to give back. So if you are not taking care of yourself, who will take care of yourself? And if you're not taking care of yourself today, how could you ensure that you will be able to, have a good health and good mind and good body after 5 years down the line, after 10 years down the line? You cannot expect that. So anything that you need to do, you have to do it now, every single day, and that will be counted as a sustainable way of living. And yeah, you may not know how, but you can sort it out. You can find your own way.
So focusing on long-term goals to be able to be sustainable in your way of leading as well, and start with self-leadership, Ayesha. Is that right?
100%.
That's what you're saying. It's really inspiring, Ayesha, what you're saying. So balancing ambition with responsibility is a defining challenge for you. How did that shape the kind of leader or mentor you are today?
That's such a beautiful question. Like, adversities are always there for us, but now what about my ambition? When we want to do something more, if we have, if we face any negative challenges or life situation, the first thing that we want to deprive is our ambition. So we do not want to look at the ambition. We go back to the survival mode. So we go back to our regular operational, activity that we need to do. It's our responsibility. This is what I need to do. But how about if you can align both of them together? How about if you can do a little bit every day? That will be aligning with your ambition. And ultimately, that will be cumulatively adding value to reach your ambition.
So starting with tiny choices every day and make it your habit. Is that right, Ayesha?
Make it your habit, which is aligned with your ambition.
Right.
Absolutely, yes.
That's beautiful. So I know that you've spoken in 13 countries, written a book, delivered a TEDx talk. What's the one experience that you are so proud of from all these milestones?
Oh, wow, such a great question, Rawa. And I would look back on the time when I did my first speaking in New Zealand, 2018. And then immediately after that, I was invited to do my TEDx. And when I did my TEDx, I was looking at my message and I was looking at what can I bring to the world and why am I here? Like, what makes me to be the person to bring this message to the world? And after doing the TEDx, I realized that my voice has got a power and it has a place in the world.
Wow.
And that immediately gave me a good feeling, but also gave me a bigger responsibility to remind me, now you have to do more and you have to make more choices so that your voice can be heard and take more places around the world.
So you chose a beautiful and very profound title for your TED Talks, the science leader, the brain science leader. What's behind this idea, Ayesha?
The idea is, like, when we look at the leadership, we often say, like, a leadership is you assess the leadership, look at the criteria, look at your, the capability, skills, etc. But to me, I would say the leadership is not limited by the capability or the element that we are assessing the leadership. It's more about the practice.
Right.
It's more about the everyday's practices. And when you have a good practice every day in every situation, when people are seeing you and also when people are not seeing you, so your practice has to be there. And that will not only create an impact, but the impact will follow the income. So our intention has to be like inside and then outside. Like, am I practicing the best for me? And then that will impact to other people's life, in your organization, in the culture, in bringing the productivity, having the right mindset, practicing a good environment, and that will immediately impact on your income as well. So it's a ripple effect.
So you are confirming what Professor of Leadership Woodward said, leadership is not a destination, it is a journey.
It is a journey.
Let's embark on a leadership journey. And I want you to imagine that you are going in a leadership journey and you have a backpack and you want to just choose 3 values, 3 mindset and 3 skills.
Okay.
Please choose them from the list and tell me, arrange them in order of importance to your leadership journey.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the values.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of value, I will pick the first one is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about me. Like, all right. So the second will be the courage.
Mm-hmm.
And the third, I will pick the trust.
Why did you pick the trust as a third?
Because I see the trust is from you. Like, it starts with you. Like, if I have the authenticity, if I'm true to myself, I will automatically build a ripple around me to build the trust with other people. But if you're not true to yourself, it will be very difficult to build integrity and the trust around you.
But you put it as a third in
trust.
order. Is that
But
the first?
The authenticity will help you to build the trust.
Right,
So
okay.
The authenticity
Okay,
first,
beautiful.
and then the trust.
Very unique. Okay, how about mindset?
In mindset, I will, first of all, I will say resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your emotion, check with your emotion all the time. So you know that if I'm in the different mindset, I don't want to be in that mindset, and you consciously can change that. And then I would say be curious. Be curious and open to learn from anybody.
Yes.
Younger than you, older than you, doesn't matter. Experience, inexperience, doesn't matter. But be open to learn from other people
Yes.
equally. And that means like when I'm open, then I can reflect to my past and my future. I can connect them.
So reflection is the third.
The reflection is the third, yes.
Beautiful. Okay, how about the skills now?
Okay, so this is the part. So skill, to me, I would say by nature, I'm a strategic thinker. I like to look at the end game or the long-term outcome. And secondly, I would say empowerment. I don't want to force people. I don't want to push people. I don't want to make them to decide because I told you. I want to give you the information. I want to give you the environment so you can feel empowered to make your own choices.
Excellent.
And the third will be definitely communication and telling these other people consistently. Otherwise, people, when we do not communicate, we lose the trust. So it has a ripple effect. So communication is very important skill for me.
What's your style of communication with your people, your team, or people around you?
So I try to be politely direct.
That's nice.
But I don't want to, I don't want to make them to feel confused. So
Yeah.
that's not my way, because I felt that the confusion may leave you in a place of overthinking, which is very not a good place to, practice a good mindset. So I want to, communicate clearly and direct and upfront. So that will give them clarification. If they disagree, that's fine, but they can come with their own responses. But the communication direct is nice and politely direct.
Very inspiring, Ayesha. Let's move to another aspect of your life, which is a strategy. And this is out of my research. I found 4 recurring strategies that executives use in their career. I want you to arrange them in order of importance and tell me why, according to your leadership journey.
So I would say first one I will pick is, as I said, I'm a strategic thinker, so I will say vision-driven transformation. And to me, vision has to be aligned with the value. Like I'm very much like value-oriented and vision-oriented, because that gives me the clarity to pick my options, where I will say no, where I will say yes.
Excellent.
So then I will say the continuous learning. There is no other option but continuous learning through the renewal and innovation.
Beautiful.
And the third one, I will say the trust-based decision-making, communicating with other people, building a trust, making a decision based on your trust on yourself, and also trusting other people.
So first we start with your self-leadership.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the risk-taking through the effective communication. Like through continuous learning or through my vision and the value, when these are there, I can minimize the risk on the choices that I'm making. So that's why I'm not more risk taker, rather risk minimizer, where I do not want to spend my time. I do not want to take a risk of, wasting my time or my other resources.
So you're always going back to your vision to check with your vision and having this inner motivation from your vision.
That's correct.
That's beautiful. If you want to choose a box now from them, which one would you choose today to start your journey with?
I would say it's a continuous learning, and I'm learning a lot from you when we're having the conversation.
We are learning from you too. So open the box and see what's inside the box.
Oh, that's a beautiful chocolate.
Okay. See this chocolate. How do you connect this flavor of chocolate to your leadership style or leadership life?
Okay, so the chocolate is nicely wrapped I think we women leadership, in leadership, we do the hard work, but we are always nicely wrapped. We look good outside, and we are protecting ourselves with a nice wrap. Inside of the chocolate, it's it's a hard outside, but when we start having the chocolate, it start melting inside of our mouth, which means we are also soft. And we can taste the milk and milk chocolate bar, and it like the little bit of chocolate, the bitterness when we have to take a strong decision, strong choices, and also the sweetness when we need to be more nurturing and more giving.
I love this unique insight about your leadership style and connected with chocolate. But I love this conversation, but this is my last question with you, Ayesha. If you want to summarize your leader's code into 3 words, what would that be and why?
Okay. So to summarize, I will say it's first clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Know what you want to do and know what you do not want to do. Second is the courage. Take the charge. Take the charge of yourself. Take the ownership of yourself. And the third one will be conviction. Leading with the passion, with that, all this emotion with you. That will bring the big things in your life.
We'll take this from you, Ayesha. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure having you here.
It's such an honor to have a conversation with you.
Thank you. Today, through Ayesha's story, we've been reminded that leadership isn't always loud or perfectly polished. Often it shows up in a quiet courage, in consistent care, and in a deep commitment to the healing and growth of others. Ayesha embodies this truth so beautifully. Her journey shows us that leadership is not about having all the answers, but about listening deeply, lifting others up, and leading with love. She leads with grace and purpose, carrying her role not as a title, but as a responsibility, building spaces where people feel safe, seen, and supported. And that is the essence of true leadership. So if you've been waiting for a sign to step into your own leadership, whether at home, your work, or your community, let Ayesha's story be that sign. Because as you've witnessed today, leadership begins the moment you choose to show up fully, authentically, and in service of others. Thank you for being with us. Until next time, keep leading with heart from exactly where you are.